What's up, guys, and welcome back to my countdown to Endgame, where I'm counting down the 21 MCU movies leading into Avengers Endgame. Today I'm talking about one of our newer heroes being added to the MCU, Ant-Man, released in 2015. This is a movie that a lot of people were probably skeptical on when the movie first was in production. This is a movie that I even thought was, okay, is this going to be good or not? But it turned out to be a lot better than I thought it was. It's not only an action movie, but it's a comedy movie as well, and this is the bit of comedy relief that we need in the MCU. Now, of course, all the MCU movies have comedy relief, but this one was a big chunk of it in their movies, and we needed a little bit of breathing space in between the Avengers movies, like we did with this one and Ant-Man and the Wasp, which both came out after big events in the last two Avengers movies. So this movie stars Paul Rudd as our Ant-Man Scott Lang, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne that eventually becomes a Wasp, Michael Douglas is Hank Pym, and we have our villain Corey Stoll as Yellow Jacket Darren Cross. The story is about Scott Lang. He recently was released from prison. He is a thief and goes on to steal some more, eventually breaking into the home of Hank Pym, stealing his Ant-Man suit. Eventually they work together on a heist in order to defend his technology from Darren Cross. Fun fact for this movie, Hank Pym was originally supposed to be our Ant-Man for the MCU and not Scott Lang. The reason why that was changed was, if you're familiar with the comic books, Hank Pym had very violent tendencies towards his wife, the Wasp, so he was very domestically abusive to her. So that's something that wouldn't have been very good to do as our central character if people have read the comic books, so they picked the safer route and had Scott Lang instead. I think what I really liked about this movie were the special effects. I thought they were made really, really well in regards to when he's shrinking down to the size of an ant and everything looks like an entirely new world. I thought they pulled it off great, and I love the interaction he has with the ants. The ants look realistic, and when he goes to the quantum realm, this is another thing that I liked. It's an entirely new territory, something that we've never seen before in the MCU. The visuals were great for that, and to go along with this, to connect it to Endgame, this is something that I mentioned many, many times, how the quantum realm plays a big part, and most of us already know that. And this time travel theory that everyone's thinking of, this is how I think they will time travel in the quantum realm. So this movie, even though it is a standalone, this quantum realm and this technology that Hank Pym has created, it does play a bigger part in the future movies, and especially with Ant-Man and the Wasp, the sequel to Ant-Man. In regards to this movie connecting to the rest of the MCU, I do like the two post-credit scenes that they add at the end. One being kind of like a foreshadowing to Ant-Man and the Wasp, where Hope gets her suit.
There's something I want to show you. I realized you can't destroy power. All you can do is make sure that it's in the right hands. This is an advanced prototype that your mother and I worked on together. She never got to use it. But now I realize that we were working on it for you. Maybe it's time we finished it.
It's about damn time.
And the other one is pretty much a foreshadowing to what we're going to see in Civil War.
This would have been a lot easier a week ago.
If we call Tony...
No, he won't believe us.
Even if he did...
Who knows if the Accords will let him help?
We're on our own.
Maybe not. I know a guy.
This is just a very enjoyable, funny, lighthearted movie. What I like to call a breather in between the other films that have such high stakes and emotion. So this is one that you can just have fun with it. I love the sequel, and I look forward to another Ant-Man, and I'm just glad they added at least one new character in Phase 2, because Phase 3 is where we get all the new people. But tell me what you think in the comments below, if you like Ant-Man a lot or not, and continue to tell me what your favorite MCU movies is. For my next one, I will be doing Captain America Civil War. That's another one I'm looking forward to. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you all have a good week. I'll see you at the movies.